for chapter 10 of avoiding superfluity of words. Fly the tumult of men as much as thou canst, for treating of worldly affairs hinders very much, although they be discoursed of with a simple intention. For we are quickly defiled and ensnared with vanity. I could wish I had oftener been silent, and that I had not been in company. But why are we so willing to talk and discourse with one another, since we seldom return to silence without prejudice to our conscience? The reason why we are willing to talk is because by discoursing together we seek comfort from one another, and would gladly ease the heart, wearied by various thoughts. And we very willingly talk and think of such things as we most love and desire, or which we imagine contrary to us. But alas, it is often in vain and to no purpose, for this outward consolation is no small hindrance to interior and divine comfort. Therefore we must watch and pray, Matthew 26:41, that our time may not pass away without fruit. If it be lawful and expedient to speak, speak those things which may edify. A bad custom and neglect of our spiritual advancement is a great cause of our keeping so little guard upon our mouth. But devour conferences concerning spiritual things help very much to spiritual progress, especially where persons of the same mind and spirit are associated together with God, in God. Practical reflections. Watch and pray is the simple means which Jesus Christ prescribes to enable Christians to resist temptation, to avoid sin, to secure his salvation, to speak little to creatures and much to God, to renounce useless and curious conversations, to speak only what is good or necessary, is an excellent method of becoming an interior man, of preserving purity of heart and peace of conscience, and becoming entirely united to God. A soul which gives itself through the senses to creatures and lives not an interior life, but amuses itself with trifles, is not at all in a state to relish the things of God, nor to apply to prayer and recollection. Why, says St. Austin, dost thou, O dissipated and wandering soul, seek content in created objects, in the goods and pleasures of life? Seek within thyself by recollection the only true and sovereign God, who is there and who alone satisfies all desires. Prayer. Give me, O God, the spirit of interior recollection, which will make me attentive to thy holy will and faithful to thy graces. Grant that remembrance of thine awful presence may remind me continually of thy blessed life and conversation, and effectually control me during earthly pilgrimage. I am weary, O God, of living an exile from thy presence, and of being so little affected by the consideration of thy majesty as to do nothing to please thee. What can I find in heaven or on earth that is comparable to thee? Thou art the God of my heart. Grant I may ever be sensible to thy presence, and desire only the happiness of pleasing thee in time, and that thou mayest be my portion for eternity. Amen.